Oh no, I didn't get my last shots in the thing. Anyway, I could collect this now, but I think I'm gonna wait because, well, usually you tend to get these tokens from defeating the Primal Lord that you can use in Durst Trials, but I don't feel like this. Like I need a lot of those tokens right now. So I'm gonna try and like save this for when I actually feel like I get decent use out of them. So yeah, goodbye, Primal Lord. Anyway. I didn't play on this account yet today, so still got my dailies to do as well. Before I head out on another side quest.
Kneel before the king. Kneel before the king.
Yeah, I'm almost done with these towers now. Only got a few floors left, so I figure I may as well and finish them now if I can.
It's my turn to shine.
Well, that's not ideal. I don't know, maybe I do that later. Does take a bit of time. Buy more of those. Not like I really need them, but finish all the fish. No, I still got. But I can't even get this one yet because the level has capped.
Hey.
I guess I got to wait for the next phase before I can
Don't worry.
exceed this. Thank you, Bunny. For the 100 diamonds.
Stitchy.
I'm kind of working on diamond, but at the same time I don't think for
Stitchy
him right
will
now.
protect us.
I can get one more copy now, I guess. Oh, I was hoping for a double. And I could get him to Mythic.
Hi. Hi.
Can a new soul be obtained?
Oh, there's his daddy as well.
Hi. Will you stay with me forever? Stitchy will protect us.
Want to get through. What is it? That's right. Lost. Yikes, that didn't work at all. Actually, one thing that I was planning to do was, I don't think I can do that now.
An even greater stage awaits me.
Here we now. There we go. Now I got
Such kindness. How about a little playtime?
Neo
Just
Max.
for now?
wonder if that will help with my score at all.
Kneel before the king.
Only a little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good.
Time for your eulogy.
A dream come true.
Victory is ours, my friend.
Still need a few more kills. And that one. Where is that thing coming from? Oh, there is. No. Maybe because of this?
This was nothing.
Anyway. But I don't want to deal with him today. Okay, I want to do this one. Seems to have to do with Sarah. So let's go see what she has to say. Hello there. Oh. Magister, thank you for coming. Magister, it seems we need to trouble you again. This matter is a bit difficult to handle, though Imperator Ravion specifically requested for you. What happened? The thing is, Priestess Sana has been here ever since Her Majesty... No, ever since the statue of Cerulite collapsed. She's been guarding this spot. No matter how we try to dissuade her or drive her off, she won't budge. I must guard this place. This statue is more than just a statue. Apparently, there's trouble. Sana, tell it yourself. The statue was imbued with special powers, a spell cast by the Queen herself. This statue was once able to monitor the entirety of Saltorin, cause people to fall into hallucinations, and even attack blasphemers. After the Queen's death, the statue collapsed, but the broken pieces still retain magic that could get out of control at any time. It's more dangerous than you think. So, you need me to dispel the magic? Yes, this is the last step. In the process of restoring the statue, I found that 3 pieces were missing. We need to dispel all the magic, or it may lead to a greater disaster. Priestess Sana has studied this kind of magic, and she's the most suitable person to handle this matter. However, she insists on guarding this spot. I have to make sure the existing pieces don't get out of control. Sarah told me you, Magister, are one of the greatest mages of the Lightbearer Empire. Please help Saltorin. I'll give you a hand. This prayer crystal can sense the last fragments of the statue. It senses disruptive magical fluctuations. It will help you. If you hold it out in front of you, you can feel the fluctuations. The closer you are to a missing piece, the stronger the fluctuations get. However, be careful. This magic was meant to monitor and punish. It may make you feel uncomfortable when trying to detect it. Also, it seems the pieces were taken by someone. I'm worried that person might want to use the residual magic in those fragments. Let me reiterate. Be careful and stay vigilant. Although the magic is not as powerful as before, if used in certain situations, it can be very dangerous. Understood. That means we need to find them as soon as possible. Magister, we have to hurry. We need to find a place away from the statue here to start detecting magic. I understand. Let's leave this area. Let's check the note. The noble is praying. We need to talk to him. Just gonna pick up some gold pieces. Hello there. Who are you? What do you want? Outsiders are not welcome here. Leave. By the authority of Imperator Ravion, we are here to we're here on official business. Our mission is to investigate the disappearance of the late Queen's statue pieces. Ravion? What's he then? What's he the Imperator of now? He has no authority over me. This is not a question of power or authority. The residual magic left in the statue is extremely dangerous. For the safety of everyone in Soltorin, please cooperate. I have nothing here. Where is your evidence to accuse me of such things? I felt a disturbance in magic. My lord, the great mage here senses something. Please don't make it harder than it already is. Such insolence. You obviously came here with a vendetta. Guards. Remove these outsiders from my sight at once. Where are the guards? Get them here now. Oh no.
The forest will always protect its children.
What an unexpected turn of events. I can't believe these people pretended to be guards. Once the matter of the statue is resolved, I'll have to report all this to Imperator Ravion. My lord, please hand over the statue pieces. Here, take it. It's all over now anyway. What were you doing with it? Do you know how much Soltorin has changed? In the past, when we said something, everyone would tremble in fear. Now, even the lovely servants dare to look upon us with contempt. Our status and privileges are gone. Even our supply of divine dew is limited now. Why should those commoners be treated as our equals? All of our families have been nobles for generations. What generations? I seem to remember that your father inherited his title from his distant relative. Whatever. At least the statue fragment gave me some beautiful illusions. In them, people still treated me with respect, and I could relive the days when we were powerful and revered. I started to rely on those illusions, just so I can feel something. It's funny that an illusion from a broken stone had you so enraptured. Open your eyes and take a good look at Soltorin. It's time to stop dreaming and wake up to the truth. I didn't think the Queen's magic would be this potent, capable of twisting people's weaknesses so thoroughly. Magister, let us continue. Let's leave this noble lord here to reminisce about his past privileges. Where should we go next, Magister? Let's go to the Commoners District. I don't feel any fluctuations here. Only 13 more days now. Let's check the southeast area. I sense a strong magical fluctuations from that lady over there. Hello. You need something? We're here to investigate the theft of a piece of the Queen's statue. Were you in any way involved? Ah, You found me out. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have entered the royal city, but when the ban was lifted, I knew I had to go visit. The royal city was even more beautiful than I ever imagined. I may have stayed longer than I intended. Did you take a piece of the statue? Yeah, I never met the queen. She's like a legend to us commoners. Now that she's gone, you'll never see her again. Though, when I saw the pieces of her statue, I couldn't help but take one. You shouldn't have done that. That fragment is very dangerous. It contains the queen's magic. No wonder I've been having such strange dreams lately. I dreamed I was standing somewhere high, looking down at everyone below. It felt so real. But after waking up, I would feel very uneasy. Please hand it over. I stashed it in a special place, one I used all the time as a kid. Follow me. Oh, the flying squirrel seems to be very interested in it. We need to lure these squirrels away. The flying squirrels have left. Let's go get a piece of the statue. This has been a tough job so far. After acquiring this piece, should only be one more. My sister, where should we head off to next? No more in the Commoners District. Wait, there are no more in the Commoners District or the Royal City? Where else can we go? There's only one piece left, and we can't find a clue anywhere. We could check with the dwarves. That could be it. If you're talking about the surface and the dwarves, then I can't accompany you for the time being. I'll leave the search for the last piece to you. Meanwhile, I'll report the matter of the god impersonation to Imperator Ravion. Let's meet at the location of the statue later. Thanks again. Let's head to the surface first. Seems to be in the direction of Brimstone Village. That piece of the statue is dangerous. Back away. You mean this little thing right here is dangerous? I knew this wasn't just a simple little stone. Did you get it in Saltorin? Huh, yeah. We were preparing the payment in the royal city when the queen died. It was chaos out there. We were wandering around and trying to find our way back. Then I saw this rock. This material. I've never seen anything this peculiar. The texture, the hardness. The hardness. It's perfect. You know, just don't shove it anywhere, up anywhere, you know. I was going to make an unparalleled weapon with it. Sure, if you say so. Dangerous magic is attached to it. Attached. Alright, I got it. We dwarves don't understand magic. I know you're a mage. If you can tell me it's dangerous, I believe you. It's a pity to just hand it over like this. Though, how about we make a deal? I have another special stone here. If you help me deal with it, I will return this statue piece to you. For me, It's always been about the forge and the materials I need. I don't care about magic or all that hocus pocus. We have a deal. Alright, you can trust me. You got the refined ore. Through forging and magical enchantment by the dwarves, this ore gains resistance to magic while retaining its toughness. Wow, this is great stuff. Here, you can take the piece of the statue. It's time to head back and find Sana. We have everything we need. Did you find all the pieces? Yes, my sister found all the missing pieces. So, Sana, can we start? Here are all the 3 pieces you needed. Thank you for bringing for bringing all of them back. With this, Saltorin has one less threat to worry about. I can prepare the ritual now. Sana has prepared the ritual, but delays its start. Apologies. Before we begin, I would like to recite an eulogy for the Queen, something I wrote personally. We will stand as witness. You lit up the darkness with your mortal form and wove the immortal city with your very flesh and blood. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten. Rest in peace in the name of the Assail. I am finished. Thank you for waiting. Why did you prepare such an eulogy? I was once one of Her Majesty's most devoted followers. Before the truth came out, I truly believed I'd serve her faithfully forever. But now, I see things clearly. It's unreasonable to dismiss her real accomplishments, but it's just as foolish to idolize her without question. She made Saltorin safe and prosperous for generations, but the price, it was too heavy. The people of Saltorin do not need the image of a perfect god. What we need is the truth, a history that acknowledges her as an Assail with all her achievements and mistakes. Let her rest in peace as a mortal. In doing so, the living can find their way forward, unburdened by the past. Rest in peace, Derelict. That was a short but sweet one. Shattered belief, you retrieved all the statue pieces and listened to Sana's eulogy for Derelict.
Time for more power, hardhead! Not bad at all.
Didn't you die last time?
True, supreme magic!
they stand against me?
This is our victory.
Quick! More earth! How weak! Hey! Right in!
Hustle! Let's go! Charge!
All resistance crumbles.
Mystery is the most beautiful thing a girl could wear. It's more charming than anything else.
I'm all grown up now.
Apparently not.
Hey, don't you want to relax in the hot spring?
Oh, hello. Yeah, level 600 seems to be the cap for now. So I can't
Hey,
level
you
up
all right?
until the next
Be more
phase of the
careful.
season. So yeah. Fine. Did one Sidequests, so why? Why would I don't even use Santandra, so all that
Let's
much,
spar
so
and see who's the better one.
I don't think that she needs, like, well, getting her to level 2 would be okay, but I have other heroes to prioritize before I start leveling her up. Especially since I have somewhat limited resources on this account. Can afford to get one hero to 5 stars now, but which one? Maybe Hugin would be useful to get her.
Is the forge hot enough?
Oh, grants control immunity. That's probably good. Also kind of tempted to do her, but
Mystery is the most beautiful thing a girl could wear.
Not the most important hero right now to level up. Though her EX is very sexy. Oh, is he?
A little dark, hmm? Don't worry. Souls burn bright.
That's a cute team. But yeah, I don't feel like Antandra is the best investment right now, so... Oh, hello there, Sarah. What do you need now? I need a favor from you. Do you have a moment to spare? I have a personal matter I wish to discuss with you. Why me? Well, you're the wisest and most reliable person I know. I'm sure you can offer great advice. Relax. It doesn't involve anything illegal. It's probably too trivial for an important figure like you. I have a friend who's feeling a bit lost in life after everything that's happened recently. I'm worried about her, but I'm not sure how I can help. So, I need your wisdom on this. She's tried a few approaches, but they are limited to her experience in Saltorin. Now she wants to hear things from a toplander's perspective. Sure, leave it to me. Thank you so much. Let's meet her over there and discuss the details. And, I was watching the Silver Share earlier. You know, by one of the Narnia's books. And it's like, gave me a bit of associations, because, you know, they, in that book, they end up like going down under in the Underlands. It's a little bit like this, I guess, with the evil queen who's like deceiving everyone to like think this world is like the only one. Well, it's not quite the same, but you know, it's a similar feeling in a way. Yeah, I was like thinking about the Silver Chair, because partially because I was reading a post on it, but also, you know, because there's apparently a new movie in the making based on the what was it called, The Magician's Nephew, and by Greta Gerwig. And well, I don't know how good her take is gonna be on that story, but it will be interesting at least to see how it turns out. Whether it will stay, you know, faithful to the spirit of the original book or not. But what I really would like to see is an adaptation based on the Silver Chair, because I think that's a very interesting story. Anyway. Magister, this is my friend Otivia. She's from a famous noble family in Saltorin, but now... Otivia, how about you introduce yourself to the Magister? Haven't you been eager to meet the hero who reformed the city? Nice to meet you, Magister. Sarah said you were the mage who rescued Saltorin along with Idris. You can just call me Redacted. You're just as friendly as everyone says. I'm truly honored to meet you. Now that my family name no longer carries any significance, I go by my first name, Otivia. I need your guidance on something, so I had Sarah arrange this meeting. What is it? Here's the thing, I want to do something meaningful. I've had it easy for a long time in life, however, what you and Idris have accomplished really got me thinking. Now, I made up my mind to step out of my mansion and make a difference in ways I can. I wish I had a mansion. I bet all the mansion owners in the world would welcome you if you came knocking. So, I was hoping you could give me some pointers. What do you think I can do to make a contribution to society? To give you some context, Octavia was raised as a noblewoman. She can't fight and is physically weak, but she has extensive knowledge of literature and art. Where does her expertise lie? Her poetry is quite popular among the upper class. She also has a beautiful voice and is skilled in several instruments. Her painting skills, however, might be slightly lacking. Wait, Sarah, I want to do something different this time. If I stick to writing, painting and singing at home, it will be no different from my old life. You can be a minstrel. Minstrel? Sounds interesting. What does the job entail? So there's this guy with bunny ears who also, Yes. A minstrel travels far and wide, sharing stories through poetry and song. With their instruments and quill, they fight injustice and sing the praises of heroes. It's exactly what I want to do. This job is perfect for me. Poetry is all about choosing the right themes. As a minstrel of the people, you may need to move beyond sentimental or trivial themes. I'm not saying romance is off limits, but you should focus more on themes that resonate with the people. Your writing style may need some adjustments as well. Why not talk to the people? Great idea. To connect with the people, I need to know what they enjoy. Could both of you join me? I'll name you two as co-authors. Larsen once said that minstrels draw inspiration from life and their companions. Let's chat with the people. Ekoto, that's an interesting name. Ekoto, or how you say that? Poetry? Not my thing. Poetry and songs are the kind of stuff that nobles fancy. I don't have time for that. May I ask why you don't like poetry? The phrases are simply too complicated to understand, and when I finally do, it turns out to be nothing but nonsense. There's this line that goes, "A solitary rose blooms in a deserted corner, hit by the rain, aching in silence." I thought it was about a murdered gardener, but my friend told me it actually describes a young woman's secret crush. A solitary rose blooms in a deserted corner, hit by the rain. In silence. A murdered gardener, that would be interesting now. Sure. Ah, I get it. I should use simpler wording and avoid excessive metaphors. I don't feel like that's good advice, but sure. Love stories are fine and all, but I'd rather hear something more exciting. Like legends and adventures, especially if they are true stories. I want something that keeps me on the edge of my seat. Real legends, huh? That sounds fascinating. Yeah, I'm fond of poetry. I love poetry. The rhyming words, the flowing verses, and the beautiful melody. I love it all. My personal preference would be, how should I put it? Something more relatable, I guess. Oh? I figured you'd enjoy more artistic expressions. I do, but it's only because I'm passionate about poetry. I assume you want to write something that appeals to the general public, right? In that case, you'll need to be more mindful of the lyrics and melody. My grandma always says the noble songs make no sense, and the girls around her think fancy tunes just don't sound as good. I see what you mean. The theme should be easy to follow, and the tune needs to be catchy. Is there a particular theme you're interested in? I'd love to hear your suggestions. Love stories are always a crowd favorite, but personally, I'm a big fan of adventure. Ah, I just had an idea. How about writing about the things that happen around us? The poetry by nobles and priests often revolves around prominent figures or noblemen like yourself. If there's poetry featuring a commoner as a protagonist, I'd definitely be interested. Oh yeah, I understand. Who wouldn't love a story they could relate to? A real legend about a hero with a modest background. I have something in mind, someone in mind. These commoners do seem friendly enough. Have you gained any inspiration from their feedback? The people wanted poetry to be more straightforward and relatable. That might make your teachers faint on the spot. No need to test my resolve, Sarah. The suggestions really helped. What Soltorin really needs right now is simple and exciting works that resonate with the common folks. If I can create something like that, it will surely boost everyone's morale. Have you decided on the theme? Yes, I wanted to write about the daily routines of commoners at first, but it's tricky without any personal experience. So I shifted my focus to a Soltorian hero with a humble background. A name just popped into my mind. Indris. That's right, I'm going to write about Indris. Everyone knows that he's trying to lead the people of Soltorin towards a new and brighter future. To learn more about him, let's begin with his life as a commoner. Should we head to his old residence? I remember the way. What can I do for you? What can I do for the three of you? Madam, sorry for bothering you. We're minstrels, and we're working on a poem to honor Captain Indris. It's too early to call yourself that. Hey, it's just a matter of time, right? And don't say that in front of other people. Madam, is it true that Captain Indris lived here when he was young? Did anything interesting happen during that time? Indris. He was a diligent and stubborn child when he was young. I can't believe he has become the great man he is today. I remember he was already bright and strong back then. Go further down that road and you'll meet a guy named Venlo. He's about the same age as Indris. Their families were close when they were young. No one knows more about Indris' childhood than him. Alright, we'll go look for him then. Thanks for information. Oh, wait a second. I just remembered that Venlo's been gone days trying to look for food. Could he be in danger? But then again, what could have gone wrong on a trip like that? When the commoners look for food, they don't go to the shopping streets. Places with food, I think I know where he might be. Follow me and watch yourself. I had no idea people still had to risk their lives for food these days. Looks like we have a lot to do. And well, you know, Nero was already married to Chimera for a while ago. You know, without him there wouldn't be a diamond.
Forest wisdom.
At least I don't think so. Thanks for saving my life. Are you Venlo? How did you find out about me? Am I famous in Saltorian or something? So you're Venlo. Why didn't you bring any weapons with you for the hunt? I'm not a great and powerful Indris, you know. I'm just a normal commoner. I was just out gathering some fuzzy mushrooms and catching some fish. Never thought I would run into mushroom sprites. If I had run fast enough, I would have been eaten already. Where's your haul? It's a sad story. I lost some and ate some while running. Now I have to start all over again. Sarah, my sister, you got to help him out. I didn't realize mushroom picking could be a life-threatening activity. Is this what Captain Indris's life was like in his youth? Or is this what most commoners go through on a daily basis? I guess both? I'm afraid it's the latter. You should get a taste of the experience. I believe it could help with your writing. Let's do it. We'll start by picking the fuzzy mushrooms, then the fishing. Fishing too? Are you sure about this? After all, you've been stuck here for days. You need to eat. I really appreciate it. Well, I'll just wait for you here then. Appreciate it. Here's the spot. Let's pick more so Venlo can store some. This should be enough. Let's go fishing. So, the river is where all the fish in the royal city come from. Alright everyone, time to catch some starlit fish. I had no idea fishing was so tough. From now on, I'll cherish my food even more. I'm glad you came to that realization. Now, let's hand everything over to Venlo. You're back. Hello, did you rest well? We picked some harmless fuzzy mushrooms for you. Are they enough? This is far too generous. I haven't even thanked you properly for saving my life. Let me break it up and check. Yep, these are the harmless ones. By the way, they taste better with their caps open. Hey, are you worried we can't tell poisonous mushrooms from normal ones? Don't worry, Venlo. My sister here has a keen eye for ingredients and knows just how to prepare them to perfection. They did most of the work. Compliment accepted. Look, we caught some solid fish for you as well. They're super fresh. Wow, you're all too kind. By the way, I haven't had the chance to ask y'all, what exactly brought you here? Actually, I'm a minstrel, and I'm composing a poem in honor of Captain Indris. You come to the right person. I don't know much about his story after he left and rose to greatness. But we've been friends for over a decade. I know plenty about his younger days. How about we continue at my place? It's almost mealtime anyway. let me prepare a meal for you using the ingredients you gathered. We'll talk as we eat. Feel free to ask me anything. This is my first time gathering ingredients for a meal. I can't wait to taste it. Back at his place, Venlo settles us in before working his magic with the ingredients we had gathered, turning them into a feast that filled the room with incredible aromas. Wow, this mushroom soup is amazing. I love the refreshing flavor. It was our favorite dish when we were little. What we're having now is the more luxurious version. Back then, we just put a few fuzzy mushrooms into the soup since they can be poisonous. Did you and Captain Indris gather food in the wild often when you were kids? We did. There were other orphans with us, but we were the ones leading the group. To be honest, I was just riding on Indris's coattails. That guy's been sharp and strong since little. He always came back with a good haul, and he even picked up hunting in a short time. So Indris basically learned archery and built up his endurance in the wilderness. That's pretty impressive. Well, the rest of us didn't sit around either. Everyone would bring all the food to my place, and I'd prepare a meal for them. I'm a pretty good cook. We didn't always have food on the table, so I had to make do with whatever we had. Any other interesting stories from Captain Indris's childhood, Venlo? Oh yeah, there was a time he rescued 2 of our companions from a Sind one. He lured the beasts out into the wild, and returned a couple of days later. Sounds similar to what you went through this time. It was way more dangerous back then, my beautiful lady. We were just kids, you know. Indris was battered when he came back. Guess it was pretty much his limit. If the guards hadn't stepped in, he might not have made it back. Fortunately, he wasn't hurt by the Sind one. He was just weak from the malnourishment. We all cried and hugged him, but he ended up comforting us instead. Thanks to his experience, I've learned how to handle all sorts of monsters and pulled off several narrow escapes myself. Everyone enjoys a simple but delicious meal, laughing between bites as Venlo rambles on about his childhood adventures with Indris. His stories paint vivid pictures of days long past. Delicious. I can almost picture that what Captain Indris' childhood was like. Wait, I just got an idea. My creative juices are flowing. I figured out what to write for the first verse. Captain Indris' childhood. He was an orphan with no one to rely on, but he had a sharp mind and quick feet. He taught himself archery to bring down beasts, and his agility helped him escape from danger. This doesn't quite capture it. I was so excited when I heard about his courageous deeds. But when I write it down, it feels a bit flat. Should I switch to another angle? How about his leadership? I like that idea. Captain Indris was the leader of the group, meaning he shouldered many responsibility for his companions. He was a brave, gentle, responsible child with excellent leadership skills. His talents are impressive, but it's his character that truly makes his story compelling. The daily lives of the orphans and the food he loves can add even more depth to the story. Are you sure you can fit everything in? Can't you see? These details are to bring the story to life. Alright. It's your poem. I'll stay out of it. Ottavia scribbles furiously, her pen flying across the page, as she finishes the first verse of her poem without hesitation. First verse, the hero's youth, is done. Just one verse? The poem can't just be about Captain Idris's youth, right? The second verse will highlight the turning point in his life, the beginning of his legend. Given that the Salttorn Guards were once reserved for nobles, it's incredible how Captain Idris earned his place as a commoner. We need to learn more about this chapter of his life. Let's go. Wait, I think we should start by asking Sarah. How did Idris become a god? I remember it quite well. That was when His Highness Imperator Ravion held his guard and allowed a commoner to join the guards. That wasn't the first unconventional idea he put forth. Many didn't take him seriously. The High Priestess, Valara, set especially harsh conditions for Idris, all to prove that commoners were inferior and unworthy. She wasn't deliberately making things difficult for Idris, but she couldn't just ignore it either, so even Imperator Ravion had to be serious for once. What? Are you saying the trial Captain Idris faced was tougher and more demanding than anything before? Yeah, you could say that. He was the only one who passed. Both Valara and Tador reviewed the results of his trial and follow-up assessments, and neither could find a single flaw. Because of his strong precedent, the subsequent trials became less rigorous. Eventually, the nobles saw the benefit of having commoners do the hard work, and joining the guards became much easier. It's all thanks to Idris. We always trust Idris's judgment more than the official trial results. Sarah, what was the trial like? Do you think I could try it? You may fail, but Magister should have no trouble passing. Could you go with Otivia? She doesn't stand a chance on her own. Alright, leave it to me. Hey, don't underestimate me, Sarah. Anyway, I'm only doing it for the experience. With Magister Redacted helping me, it will be no problem. Indeed, gotta go out of your way for the research. I'm glad you aren't trying to act tough. Listen, the trial consists of several rounds. Let's go through them one by one. We need some guard chassis with the first round. Come on, let's head to the Lunaris altar. You can spar with my colleagues on duty. The first round is the combat trial. You can either go barehanded or bring a weapon, whichever you prefer. What Captain Idris faced was a survival showdown, against the most elite warriors selected by Imperator Ravion himself. How could a rookie handle that? Well, it's called the harshest trial in history for a reason. Back then, the battle was ruthless, so there were already many casualties in the first round. Things are different now, of course. We can do a simulation to let you experience the intensity. Great, I'll do my best. And observe.
The forest will always protect its children.
Phew, just watching the swords clash is terrifying enough. Mind you, this was just the first round, and people could die in it. We can only imagine how dangerous the real thing was. It's totally different. That's right. Otivia, you might not know anything about swordsmanship, but at least you witnessed your fair share of duels in your youth. What about the participants back then? Many of them had never touched a sword before, much less bared with seasoned warriors. The so-called judges were either nobles or senior generals chosen by Tador. They all considered the Imperator's proposal to be humiliating. They were merciless to the participants, even going so far as taunting them. So brutal. When Indris made it through, everyone was shocked. Alright, let's move on to the next round. In case you're wondering, there were no breaks between rounds back then. The participants only had time to bandage their wounds quickly before the next round started, a so-called test of physical endurance and agility. This special machine was crafted by the dwarves. Let me summon it first. You'd better not take it lightly. Be careful and don't take it too far. Alright. Am I supposed to... Oh. Now it's doing something. Oh, ouch, my knee. Consider that a lesson. Being a minstrel involves a lot of walking, you know. Just wear more practical clothes next time. You might be fine in the city, but in rougher places, you'll end up tripping all the time. I certainly know better now. You won't catch me wearing anything with hamster lace again. This round was tough as well. It sure is. Nobles had at least an 80% chance of passing if they were well prepared. But for someone who barely made it through the first round, these traps were nothing short of hell. Luckily, Imperator Ravion insisted on making the traps less deadly. No one would be killed if they messed up. He also assigned a priest to be on standby for healing and treatment. As a result, there were far fewer casualties and injuries. So you mean there were still casualties? Of course. It was inevitable, given the political influences behind the scenes. But I can tell the Imperator already did his best. All in all, it was the first chance for commoners to rise in the social hierarchy. Even if it cost them their lives, they thought it was worth it. This is outrageous. I can't believe Soltorn used to be like this. Imperator Avion, as a reformist, was far less aggressive and more open-minded than the other nobles. I suppose you got a rough idea of the trial by now. It's time for a break. Now I understand why Indris was the only one who passed the trial. In fact, I think the trial was more of a joke directed at Imperator Ravion than a compromise from the other nobles. Still, the Imperator never wavered. I'm not sure if he truly cared about the commoners who perished during the trial. But he undoubtedly achieved his goal, largely thanks to Captain Indris. These reforms succeeded at the cost of numerous commoners' lives. The mood turns somber, the silence stretching until Sarah finally speaks, her voice cutting through the quiet like a blade. You know what? Captain Indris almost punched the Imperator in the face when he first joined the guards. What? How did that happen? Tell us. Wow, gossip really is magic, huh? Your eyes lit up the moment I mentioned it. I'm curious too. You too? Fine. It's not a big deal. Long story short, Imperator Ravion had a bad habit and he was at it one day. He just can't resist making suggestive remarks when he runs into someone good looking. That's quite a character flaw to have. But yeah. Back then, most of the guards were nobles, and they all knew the Imperator personally. Whenever he said something inappropriate, they just let it slide, even if they were upset. Meanwhile, Indris, as the only commoner among the guards, was a complete outsider. He didn't know he had to show respect to Imperator Ravion. So, one thing led to another, and a fight broke out. It feels like you left out quite a bit of details. Anyway, what happened next? Who won? Yeah, just use your imagination for this lady. Stalemate? Yeah, it was. It took a bunch of people to finally break them apart. It caused quite a stir at the time, but Imperator Ravion spoke up for Indris, so he was spared from punishment. Ah, I remember Indris went on his first mission shortly after that brawl. Anyway, let me take you to the mission site. That place had a huge impact on him. I wonder what type of mission affected Indris this much. Nameless Tom. Is this a grave? Were we talking about a mission that affected Indris's whole career? What are we doing here? Hear me out first. Indris's very first mission was to deal with several corrupted assail. This was his first time taking a life. Imperator Ravion reassured him that the corrupted were no different from beasts, but the idea still didn't sit well with him, did it? After all, he was a commoner who had to fight tooth and nail just to survive. He cherished life, so he could never see it as something to be snuffed out so easily. You understand him, Otivia, but not entirely. He had to continue down the bloodstained path until he gained the power to uphold the sanctity of life. That was the price he had to pay. Perhaps this spirit was what the Imperator saw in him all along. Ravion wanted him to know that. The bodies of the corrupted had to be handled separately, and the commoners were simply cremated. The commoner on his first mission should have been cremated as well, but the Imperator gave him a grave at Indris's request. Indris would occasionally come back to visit his grave. He said it was to mourn, but I suppose he was trying to seek repentance. We should all take a moment to mourn for this unfortunate soul too. I'm glad things have now taken a turn for the better, as we found a way to purify the sin ones. Those unaffected are free to venture to the surface and enjoy the warmth of the sun. Tragedies like this will never happen again. Everyone, I think I figured out the second verse for my poem. Honestly, I assumed the rest of Indris's life would unfold into yet another thrilling hero story at first. Of course, it's important to highlight how he passed the guard trial with such finesse. However, we mustn't leave out the harshness of the world he had to navigate as well. I would want my poem to give the impression that Indris is just another warrior glorified by the nobles. The value of life. Exactly. The value of life meant nothing, as the people only cared about money. That's how cold and ruthless the world was back then. Her brow furrowed in concentration. Ottivia carefully composes the second verse, selecting every word with precision. Second verse, the rising star. Alright, that's done. What should I write for the next verse? What? I thought 2 verses were all you needed. They were just the opening. The most moving part is yet to come. I had to keep going. Let's dive into his life as a god this time. Who should we turn to this time? The person is right in front of you. Great minds think alike. Not me again, please. As a kid, Indris already stood out, and as a young man, he proved himself a cut above the rest. Isn't that enough to make him a legend? That's far from enough. Besides, I already know what to write for the next verse. It will be about how Indris found his footing among the gods and went on to make his own mark. Can't say I know much about that part of his life. We're colleagues, but we mostly kept our own business. I'm afraid only Imperator Ravian can help you. You want me to take you to him, don't you? Come on, just help me out this one, Sarah. I have no idea where to find the Imperator, and even if I did, he might not even see me. And Magister, you know the Imperator quite well, don't you? Could you be a gem and put on a good word for me? I'll see what I can do. Yay, thanks a million. I'll make sure to give you a special acknowledgement at the end of the poem. Fine. I don't think sweet-talking me will work every time. You want to meet the Imperator right now? I'll take you to him. Going to meet Imperator Ravion? I'm feeling a bit nervous now. Hello there. Ravion? Oh my, Siren redacted. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? And who's this lovely young lady? If I'm not mistaken, we met before at the ball. Your name is... Ottivia, Imperator Ravion. I've abandoned my family name, so please, just call me by my first name. Interesting. So, Ottivia, I see you acquired the help of these two kind individuals. There must be something you need from me. How did you know I brought along Sarah and Magister to aid me? Ottivia, the Imperator's a cunning old fox. He can read you like an open book, so just speak your mind. My dear Sarah, we all know you're no longer my subordinates, but was that insult really necessary? Or are you just jealous of all the attention I'm giving to this adorable little girl? If you really want to know, I'm actually worried about Ottivia. After all, your reputation with girls isn't exactly stellar. I thought this interview was about me, but it turns out it's about Indris. Imperator, I really need your input. Sarah says no one knows more about Indris's past experiences than you. Can't say I'm happy to help you. Just put yourself in my shoes. A pretty girl comes to you but asks you about another guy. How would you feel? You're hurting my heart, my dear. Worse still, the guy was the very one who put me in this sorry state. And he was once my friend. Oh, apologies for not considering your feelings. My mistake. So, for my assistance, it will cost you. Oh, stop acting like a bitch, Ravian. What? As Sarah mentioned, I am the only one who knows about Indris's past, which means my information is exclusive. Exclusive information is always expensive, And since I hate Indris, there will be an I don't like him charge on top. I don't like him charge. That's probably the most elegant way I've ever heard of describing betrayal. Do you have a figure in mind? I'm afraid I'm not as well off as I was before. How about helping me make some fine wine? You can't be short on wine, right? If I said yes, would you shed tears of sympathy for me and give me a kiss? No. I'll take back my question. Oh, cold. Alright, for the wine. Some ingredients need to be added right to bring out its full flavor. Hope you all don't mind running a few errands for me. You piece of shit. You can't be so stingy when asking for help. Anyway, I've already given the vendors a heads up. You can go pick up the ingredients now. Get dark spring water from Vernon and crystal salt from Sharua. Then meet me at the tavern. Off you go. You'll get to savor my wine later, and we'll have a good chat then. I can't wait to dish out some dirt on Indris while relaxing with a glass of wine. Are you looking for something? You must be Vernon. Imperator Ravian sent us here to collect some dark spring water. I see, but I'm afraid the spring water isn't ready yet. Why not? Actually, it's my fault. Dark spring water can be used directly for brewing, but for fine wine, there's an extra step involved. Let's cut to the chase. Just tell us what we need to do. Fair enough. Dark spring water has dark magic in it, so it needs to be cleaned first to mix better with the other ingredients. The priest I usually work with has been quite busy lately, so this batch of dark spring water hasn't been cleansed. It just so happens that we have an outstanding major. Are you up for it? I'll take care of it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You're my customers and you shouldn't have to help me with this. Alright, enough with the pleasantries. We're in a rush, so let's get started. Bravo, you did it! Thank you so much for your help. Here's the pure dark spring water. Yes, we'll take it to go. Shh, I'm doing some organizing here. Are you sure what? Sorry to bother you, but we're here to pick up some crystal salt. Do you have an order? Imperator Avian sent us here. I see, but my hands are full now, so you'll have to collect it yourself. What you need is a purple bag. We got everything we need. Let's bring them to Imperator Ramian. All the ingredients are ready. Will we have fun wine brewing? Have a fun wine brewing session? Sure. Congrats, you got Ravion's special drink. This is so good. I never disappoint myself. Imperator, can you tell us about Captain Indris now? Ottivia halts abruptly when Indris appears in the distance. Ravion doesn't hesitate. He shows the whole group into a secluded corner. Wait for me here, and don't make any noise. I'm about to show you something jaw-dropping. Wait a minute. Imperator, don't tell me you're going to mess with Indris again. Why make me sound like a jerk? Everyone has to pay the price for their wrongs, right? I got a bad feeling about this. Would you like some water? Thanks. Oh. Give me a hug. Oh, lovely. Don't go. Splendid, right? I bet you've never seen Indris drunk before. It's quite a sight, I must say. He can't hold his liquor. Every time he gets drunk, he clings to things and won't let go. The problem is, he's so strong that few can pry him off. So those poor souls just have to wait until he sobers off. Are you speaking of experience there? Only the victims that I know about this side of him. It's definitely an exclusive scoop. So Indris really drinks not because of self-discipline, but because he can't handle alcohol. As you know, he's quite a perfectionist and never allows himself to have a weakness. So, when everyone found out about his poor tolerance for alcohol, he decided to work hard to improve it. I had to stop him. This is what I do. Every time he drank, I'd pull that move on him until he couldn't take it anymore. And he would give up. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Such a touching friendship. I'll take that as a compliment. Indris doesn't see it that way, and sometimes even retaliates with violence. But I'm glad you're on my side. What do you say now, Ottivia? Still holding Indris up on a pedestal? Actually, I never worshipped him to begin with. He's just someone I deeply respect and look up to. You see, I've been taking notes this whole time, and there's something I'd like to ask you. Go ahead. It's about his hugging habit that he has every time he gets drunk. That is adorable. Since you mentioned it's an exclusive scoop, can I take that to mean that you're the one he's hugged the most? Yes. Most definitely. Oh, I get it now. You've been sacrificing yourself for the greater good all this time. Such a selfless spirit. I wouldn't expect anything less from the pioneer who recruited commoners into the god. No, wait. Stop it. I might start believing it if you keep going, Ottivia. I really mean it, Imperator. Seems like everyone in Saltorian has misunderstood you. By sacrificing yourself, you become crucial support for Captain Indris on his journey to greatness. Beautiful. The friendship between Captain Indris and you is truly exemplary. Oh, please stop before I throw up, Ottivia. I assure you, that guy, Imperator Ravion, is nothing like what you're saying. Just then, Indris, now without anything in his arms, starts shuffling over. Ravion immediately urges everyone to leave. The minstrels come together again the following day. Is everyone okay? Sorry, Otivia. I didn't expect Imperator Avian to be so unhelpful. Actually, I know he's unreliable, but his actions yesterday were a new low. Most of the guards from Indris's batch have left service, but I can still track a few down for you. It's not necessary, Sarah. I completed the third verse already. I hope it's not about Indris's wild drunken behavior. I know you're trying to make the poem more relatable, but writing about gossip is taking it a bit far. Please have faith in me, Sarah. My poem is completely based on facts. Also, the third verse really ties everything together when it comes to the emotional flow. I used a slightly different narrative perspective and style, making the lines feel more dynamic. Ah, my head hurts with all the jargon. So, why did you gather us here? I'm going to work on the final verse. A hero is born. It's about the dragon, the queen, Saltorian and sunlight. Sounds grand. It would be helpful if I could check out Helter's temple and the place where the dragon once lived. Could you take me there? The temple is not closed to the public, and there's nothing I can do to get around that. As for the dragon, I had no clue about it. There's nothing left to see. In that case, I can only write about what everyone already knows. Could you share a bit more about your adventure with Indris, Magister? You can ask Zany. Great, I'll be on my way. Zany's been tied up with some business. Is that Galia and Melissa? It's them again. Great. I will catch up with them later. Hey, Zany. Are you here to see me? Nice to meet you, Zany. We're here to gather some inspiration for a poem. Inspiration? I'm afraid all you'll end up with here is volcanic ash. So, Zany, this is what happened. You're writing a poem for Indris? I'm all for it. What can I do to help? We collected different views on Captain Indris at various stages of his life. I'm now working on the adventure that made him a legend. Magister thought it would be best to hear it from you. You're making me sound too important. In fact, Redacted was here with Indris every step of the way. Still, I'm more than happy to share my experience. Zany gives Otivia a detailed account of how she met Indris, their friendship with Feli, the grief of losing a friend, and the difficulty of facing harsh reality. Step by step, Indris unraveled the truth and rediscovered himself amidst the painful and grim realities. He drew Helter's bow, unleashed the dragon, and defeated the queen. Such an awe-inspiring story. It's like something straight out of a legendary tale. Indris pushed through the pain to uncover the truth. Without losing himself, he brought light to Saltorian. Thanks, Zany. You made me feel like I was part of the adventure too. Indris totally deserves all the glory for his hard work. He accomplished something that the dwarves had struggled for years to achieve, though Redacted's guidance played a role. He couldn't have done it without his own effort. Zany, I jotted out everything you shared. There's one more favor I'd like to ask of you. Can I wander around here a bit and check out any remnants of the dragon? Certainly. There's a boat here you can use. Dragon's no longer here, so I'm afraid there's not much to see. That's not an issue. I just want to get a taste of the adventure you all had back then. Let's check out the place where the dragon once lived. It's sweltering here. Is this where you all rode the boat last time? You all are amazing. This is nothing compared to knowing the dragon was asleep in the lava. Rowing a boat through the lava. What an incredible experience. I really enjoyed that ride. Let's head ashore. You'll find some dragon eggs around here. Is this a dragon egg? This is what lays all the foundation of the lies surrounding the Echorite and the divine dew, and the source of the sins committed by the dwarves on this sail. It's good to see you care more about the eggs than the dragon. When Indris was here last time, the fact that the eggs could hatch saddened him too. I suppose compassion is what makes Indris a true hero. From a talented young leader to an unstoppable, fearless warrior, his unwavering benevolence has fueled his journey to greatness. That said, I'm curious about what his legendary bow looks like. I bet no one knows more about the Eclipsean than me. You see, this is what happened at that time. Excitedly, Shani shares the story behind the Eclipsean with Octavia. Great, now I know what to write for the final verse. The next step is to write everything down, revise it, then make a fair copy and compose the music. It's going to be an amazing poem. The instrument should be something light and portable, and the tune should be simple and catchy. Using a repetitive melody can highlight the theme and leave a stronger impression. I'll give it a try. But everyone, there's one more thing. What now? Drop the act and just say it already. Here's the thing. I'm not sure if I used the right words or music for the poem. So I was thinking of doing a smaller performance before the official debut. Zany. Thanks for inviting me, but I don't think I can make it with my hectic schedule these days. Redacted, please send my regards to Indris and Ravion when you see them. No problem. Keep doing your thing. I got to get back to work at the camp. What a shame. If the trial run goes well, I'll invite you to the official performance. You got to be there. Sure thing. You two are definitely coming, right? I've already listed you as the co-authors. I'll be there on time. Sarah. Alright, I'll come. And I'll even help set up the venue for you. How about that? You're the best. Besides Captain Indris and Imperator Ravion, we should probably invite those who've given us ideas for the poem. I'll get the invitation letters ready right away. See you then. Soon, the day of Octavia's performance arrives, and just before it begins, Sarah shows up unexpectedly. You've done a lot for Octavia. Redacted, I had no idea Octavia's thing would keep you tied up for so long, involving so many people. I had a good time so far. It's very nice of you to put up with her whims and fancies, but I can't take that for granted. I wouldn't say Octavia's a bad person, but she's a little naive, largely because of her upbringing. Honestly, I'm surprised she's been able to handle the harsh realities of the world with your guidance. Her empathy might seem meaningless to those who are going through the ordeal. That might be true. However, at least it shows that Octavia has moved on, unlike those who are still stuck in the past. Actually, I thought her plan was rather childish at first. I just went along with it so that she wouldn't get hurt. But you're different. You listened to her wish and helped her along the way. Now, thanks to your guidance, her plan is about to bear fruit. You're truly a miracle worker. Octavia hasn't performed yet. Successful or not, She's taking the first steps down the path she chose, all thanks to your help. But I do agree, it might be too soon to celebrate, after all. Octavia often comes up with wild ideas. With her in charge, we never know what to expect until the very last minute. Just to be safe, I'll get the venue for her ready first, making sure her performance isn't too shabby. I'll come along. I could really use a hand. Let's hurry up and gather some fluorescent spores. I know where we can find them. Let's move. We've taken up so much of your time for something so trivial. I don't know what to say. It's not every day I get to witness the debut of a new minstrel. This should be enough. Let's head back. With the guests all in place, Octavia's debut performance is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Octavia, the organizer and the sole performer of the show today. Before we begin, please allow me to say a few words. Not long ago, I felt lost and helpless over how little I had achieved. It was my friend Sarah who pulled me out of my mansion and opened my eyes to the real world. She even introduced me to the great Magister. Thanks to her advice, I found a new path forward, becoming a minstrel. I aspire to capture and share the stories of Soltorin through my songs and poetry, creating works that resonate with the people. All of you here have given me tremendous support during the creation of my first work. I really appreciate it. Magister, would you play the music for me just this once? It would be my pleasure. Everyone, please enjoy this heroic epic by the three of us. This poem depicts the great journey of Indris, the hero of Soltorin. What? The first verse highlights Indris' youth. Even from the depths of the abyss, he soared like an arrow that never wavered. Creepy. Ah, that's the story I shared, about how young Indris defeated a beast while picking mushrooms. And that's not what happened. I ran away first and then circled back. Forget it. With his companion's hopes upon his shoulders, the young man picked up his bow and ventured beyond Soltorin. The second verse tells of Indris' remarkable achievements as a commoner. He became an unquenchable flame that burned beyond the abyss. Had you come of age then? You were about the same age as Sarah, weren't you? Yes, I'm sure you were. I wouldn't go around shutting up minors. This part about me beating you up? Octavia should have cranked up the intensity. Next comes Captain Indris' ultimate rise to the summit, forged through hard work. Wow, Indris, you just keep getting better, huh? Knock it off. Indris has met someone who discovered his potential. His warm gaze, outstretched hands, and inviting figure led Indris into the right path. He embraced Indris like a sheet cradling a sword, and supported him like the steps leading to the stage. Because of him, Indri's dream became possible. Day after day, night after night, the shadows intertwine on the training grounds. Guess who this person is? Ottio draws a deep breath, ready to hit the high note. All of a sudden, Ramian starts clearing his throat loudly. Before Indris can react, Sarah dashes onto the stage and covers Ottio's mouth with one hand before dragging her down. Should I continue? Your performance is mesmerizing, but it would be even better if you didn't have that gloating expression on your face. Thanks, Mr. Shoot. I apologize if I ever offended you. Just stop saying that. Looks like this young lady has completely stolen Indris's thunder today. Truth be told, this is the first time I've ever felt embarrassed in my life. Can you even hear yourself? That remark is embarrassing enough. But yeah, I agree. You should cancel this show. Several days after the failed performance, Sarah reaches out again. It's all done and dusted now. Indeed, true, though the performance wasn't exactly a success. That's an understatement. Is everything over now? I'm afraid so, though not for lack of trying to turn things around. I've never seen Ravian and Indris agree so strongly on anything before. They're willing to pay any price to make sure the poem never sees the light of day again. Raven even offered to throw in some of Her Majesty's, Terwillin's past secrets in exchange. Ottivia had no choice but to give in. Too bad. I get a feeling she's up to no good, but still, with her wild imagination, I wouldn't be surprised if she made it big somewhere else someday. Yeah, I'm sure there will be a market for the kind of stuff she writes. I hope she takes this setback in stride and keeps pursuing her dream. I believe she will. Just like that, Ottivia, who dubs herself the Dark Nightingale, makes her debut, even though her first work is outright God. Will her songs one day echo through the streets of Zoltorin? Well, only time will tell. Quest complete, aspiring minstrel. As you supported Ottivia in her dream of becoming a minstrel, you found yourself uncovering more about Indris's past. That was a nice one. So since I reached a cap on this, I'm not sure if there's any point in spending diamonds in this now, although I guess the extra XP does carry on to the next round, probably. So it would be nice to save some diamonds as well, if I can. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. I mean, I've already been going for a while, so... And this seems like a good place to stop that. Voyage of Wonders. May want to finish that eventually. Let's see how long I have left of that. Does it not expire? Or does it last the whole season or something? I mean, if there's no time limit, then it's okay. Then I can just keep it off for now. Oh, I get these for doing it. Nice. Still waiting for interests to leave the rates up.
Stitchy will protect us.
Target identified.
Yeah, there's like 2 days and 2 hours left. And I can get him on the common wish list. Yeah. I do not have a... I don't have a, like, instrument playing emote any longer. That's weird. I thought that I would have that. Anyway, I don't know if any of these other ones are interesting, but I might still try going through some of these later on. But for now, good night and goodbye.